Writing a paper is not an easy task.
Writing is one of the most complicated things that scientists needs to do, and it's a skill that has to be learned.
Relax. Writing papers is really, really hard.
Paper shouldn't be the first attempt that the student has in writing. It has to be much earlier, because the more you do that, the better you get at it.
Students should think of trying to write their own papers, at least a first draft.
So you have all kinds of assignments that the graduate student has to do, you know, writing a thesis proposal and all kinds of other things. So this kind of builds up, and the more you do that, you'll be more ready to begin writing the paper.
The process is exhausting, but I think it's educative, and every student should get the chance at least to write one of his papers.
And if it's a young student that had never done this before, then I accompany him step by step.
First of all, you need to go point by point and claim what are the major take-home messages of your paper.
There's a certain structure of a paper.
If you decided to write the introductions, you should write in a points, what are in bullets, what are the take-home message of paragraph 1, 2, and 3. So first of all, you need to know what you're going to say, and afterwards, after you decided what you are going to say, then you need to basically learn how to write it.
I sit with my students and I explain to them exactly how these things need to be done, and we review it together.
I would do it chapter by chapter or paragraph by paragraph, and then the student learn how the writing should be.
So what I suggest the student to do is first to organize, usually in a PowerPoint, the graphical and the graphical parts of the paper. We're talking about the figures and about the tables.
Start with what comes easiest for you, and usually and start with the flow of the paper.
Prepare a one-page document that shows bullets of like the order of things that you're going to write in the introduction part and in the discussion part.
And then every figure and every step during the paper, the student gets better and better, and everyone gets more motivation and better energy.
When you write a paper, where do you write it? In an airplane? In a coffee place?
So I need my office. I definitely need my office. I need the quiet. I need the environment. I need the students next to me. I need the multiple screens to see the figures while I'm writing, or to have the puppet next to me when I'm writing a sentence. I want to find the right reference. I need to be very concentrated, and I need to close the door, and I need to be in the mood to do it as good as possible.
Start with the results. Make figures that are clear, that are clean, and these are the things that are going to be the anchors of the story. The first result, you describe why, and then you describe how, and then you describe what you learned from it.
So in my experience, I need to push for that. So I need to push for results, and that's fine. You know, I have no problem to write. I think it's a fun thing to do, but
it's hard, and it's hard for many of us. So don't feel that you're alone in this.
To be stuck is to actually first acknowledge that there is a problem.
Emotion drives science too.
Once you face something that you're not familiar with, it's natural that you don't really know what is the product that you're going to end with at the end of the process.
And it's totally okay to leave the paper for a week or two in the drawer, and then to go do something else, or to go to a different part of the paper and then come back.
Usually I end up with many drafts, I write, and then I rewrite, and then again I rewrite, and we reanalyze the data and we find something else that we need to fix. So first, relax. It's okay.
So the worst is just to rape the data, to convince yourself that you are doing well. And basically, when you do it, the reviewers, they will read it, or the readers, they will read it, they will feel it.
Stick to the facts, stick to what you did.
Yeah.
And the more you read papers, the more it will be easier for you, because you said, okay, I can put my project in that structure.
Everybody has a certain scientific, I would say, role model that he goes by, even people who write well.
So don't feel judged. There's other people in the world who are going to judge it, not your lab, not your PI. They are going to judge it, but not judge you.
Like sending the paper to a journal, it's also a way of input. You get it back. On a bad day, it's rejected. On a good day, it's being reviewed, and you have like a ton of list of what to do. That's a good thing, because someone really invested time to read your work and think about it.
This is a joint effort.
Just go ahead and do it.
It's not something that you as a student need to prove to your PI. No, you're in this with your PI together.
I would say 100% that I'm still learning this skill. You always want to get better at doing it.
You're now participating in the PhD Thesis Seminar Day 2020 at the Faculty of Health Sciences at BGU Israel.
You now have to choose between sessions 3, 4 and 5. What's in sessions 3, 4 and 5? In session 3, Lee talks about methylation of twist-1 in glioblastoma. Right after her, Eric talks about persistent sodium current generation in neurons. At the same time, in session 4, Avram will share findings on synergistic phenolic compounds for treating acute myeloid leukemia. After him, Inba will take us to her work on interleukin-1 and renal damage in chronic kidney disease. Wait, now the even bigger dilemma. Also starting at 10:35 in session 5, we enjoy listening to Yuval describing a discovery of molecular mechanism behind a genetic disease with focus on autism. And then Hananel will talk about his thesis to do with telomerase manipulation in odor to save sperm production under X-ray damage. In order to choose a session, you have to go to your PDF of the program and click on the session you want to enter. Enjoy, and don't forget to take an active part in the last 5 minutes of each talk for an interesting scientific discussion. We meet here again at 11:30.